I had been a practitioner for a long time, but I didn't have a community because there aren't Feldenkrais teachers near where I live. And so I was really very much, I tend to be to myself and not a big networker. So it's very much to myself. And so NLBP, I think I came to a meet and greet online.
Coffee. Yeah, we used to have the coffee.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Monmouth County,
And
in Asbury.
it was just a no-brainer to join because I felt that I could participate in any level that I wanted to. I never felt pressured. And I have made really good friends. And even if I'm not always present in the community, I feel very supported by the NLBP community.
Right. We are live. So hello, everyone. Welcome to Tribe Talks, our connected conversations with members. Today we are with Linda Natanagara.
Yes.
She has been a member with us since February of 2019. So Linda, welcome to our show and our Tribe Talk.
I'm thrilled to be here. Hi, everybody.
I'm so thrilled to have you. We were chatting before this because I hadn't seen her in a little bit. So it's always nice to connect. So tell me about your experience so far with NLBP. I think you're 3 years, right? 19,
yes.
20, 21.
So I was invited by David Stratansky, and I had been a practitioner for a long time, but I didn't have a community because there aren't Feldenkrais teachers near where I live. And so I was really very much, I tend to be to myself and not a big networker. So it's very much to myself. And so NLBP, I think I came to a meet and greet online.
Coffee. Yeah, we used to have the coffee.
Oh, yeah.
In Monmouth County, in Asbury.
It was just a no-brainer to join because I felt that I could participate in any level that I wanted to. I never felt pressured. And I have made really good friends. And even if I'm not always present in the community, I feel very supported by the NLBP community.
Oh, beautiful.
So, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. So tell us a little bit about what you do, because I don't think there's a lot of, you're the only one we have that does what you do. And
yes. And
I love hearing about it.
And this is the biggest challenge when I talk about Feldenkrais, because I can talk about it from so many, it really depends when a person comes to me, what they come here for. And that is how I frame the conversation. So I think the overarching thing that applies to all things that I do is that it's a neurological process. People really try to understand, they look for something that they already know about. And so often they ask if it's like yoga, and it is not. It is its own thing. So maybe if people know what the Alexander technique is, it's similar to that, if people have heard of that. And so when people come to me, very often they have been through surgery or many rounds, when people come for orthopedic reasons, many rounds of physical therapy, and they're just still chronically re-injured and chronically inflamed, etc. And so I do the thing that there isn't time to do in traditional rehab offices. I really work with someone to look at how they move, help them discover the patterns that have developed over time from chronic stress, chronic anxiety, chronic injury. We hold those patterns in our body. And it is a specific process on how to undo those patterns to be able to move more freely and effortlessly. And so it is a very beautiful, I love it. It's a very beautiful one-on-one process. In the 70s and 80s, when Dr. Feldenkrais developed this, people came to class, and his classes were filled with hundreds of people. But I feel that people now are under much more stress. By the time their problems are much more set in than like in the 70s, everyone mowed their lawn, everyone opened their own door. We did a lot more physical activity. And now that people are stressed and they're sitting and using phones and technology, these patterns are pretty built into them. And it is a specific practice to help someone discover and emerge from these patterns.
So is it also like subconscious work along with the movement? because your subconscious and the stress reflects in your body, right? So if you're constantly having re-injured a section.
Yes. Well, yes. I say, like, when people come to me for a session, they go into like a twilight, and they'll think that they are awake, but they're sleeping, or they're in this weird space. And I think that is a subconscious place where the work is entering their nervous system, but they aren't even really aware of it.
Wow.
And when you continue to participate, then the work begins to operate below your level of consciousness. Like, you begin to make the changes just naturally, the way you move.
That's
but first
incredible.
and foremost, it is a practice of learning to pay attention to yourself. It is an embodied practice. So
that's amazing. Do people come once, or is it like something that they have to continually practice? Like,
yeah,
yoga
it's,
or physical therapy, or
I think that we really have the traditional model of insurance and practice, here's a protocol, 8 sessions and you're fixed. And really a living, changing nervous system that is still living in the world and has relationships. And the practice of learning to attend to oneself in movement is a practice. And I just spoke to a class at Monmouth University this week, and a lot of them, that was their question, like, well, do I have to keep doing this? And I'm like, why wouldn't you want to? Right. What's better than living consciously in your body and settling your nervous system? That's another big part of it, is settling your nervous system. And there are specific ways that we don't own these things, but the Feldenkrais method encapsulates nervous system, rewiring your movement, et cetera, and biomechanical education. Like, it's just a great, I think the word robust is really used a lot now, but it's very a comprehensive practice.
So you opened with saying it was really like about injuries and that kind of thing, but I'm wondering, is this also conducive for someone like with ADHD or something that can't focus? Because that's the first thing that came to me. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And help people focus that have trouble or kind of all over the place or anxiety issues.
Yeah, and another thing I thought about when I talked to this group at Monmouth University was, like, I didn't share my own story. So here I am, I'm looking like, I've had all that, I'm 20 years into this practice and I might appear a certain way, but I have all of those things. And I didn't know at the time. I happened to, I wouldn't say fall into, but I somehow, gift of the universe, chose this field that puts me in my parasympathetic state. Wow. And so it's not that I don't struggle still with some things, but I have so many tools to understand what's happening in those moments. And I'm hoping that the next generation of practitioners will find a way to bring this to younger and younger people.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
It is. Thank you.
So do you work virtually as well as in person?
I prefer not to. I taught online during the pandemic, but as soon as for me, that I just love being with people, and the element of touch, it's a very specific kind of touch that there isn't a substitute for. Gotcha. Because it helps. You can't explain it. It's very different than massage or acupressure. We're trained to sense the way you hold the patterns in your body and then support them so your brain can let go of those patterns, and you can begin to feel that relief of not being trapped by your history, whether it's physical or emotional.
I love that. It sounds so beautiful.
It really does. Thank you. I love it. It's my favorite. I'm just so grateful that I have this work.
So beautiful. So since there is touch involved, how would people, you'd have to get people in your local area. So do you want to say where you are and how people can get in touch with you?
Oh yeah. I'm in Belmar, New Jersey. And so you can reach me at linda.gcfp, Guild Certified Feldenkrais Practitioner, @gmail.com, or through my website, articulatemoves.com. And or you can call me 848-218-0233. Oh, the phone. Yeah, that's the other thing you can call.
Yeah, I was going to say, wherever you're seeing this posted, though, you can probably tag her or get in touch with us.
Yeah.
So it will be very easy to find Linda if that's what you choose to do, because your work sounds absolutely incredible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So in the ending for finale, what are 3 words that describe NLBP to you?
You know, I'm going to tell, okay, so first, community, and then second, well, it goes in with it, support. But the last thing is, well, as we go back to doing more in-person things, there was one live event, and I think that this group is fun.
You're not the first person to say that.
One live event that I went to way back when, and I know you started having them again. And so, right, to be with like-minded people having fun, like, it is a fun, creative, interesting group of people. And I just can't think of a better group to belong to.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I always say I've met my friends here.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I have lifelong friends in this group. I still hang on the weekends with people in this group.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't have met without this community.
Right.
Yeah,
so thank you, because
amazing.
However you came up with the seeds of this and created this community. I mean, and so I'm talking about NLBP like it's a thing, it's you. And so thank you for that.
Thank you. But it's really everybody's energy, right? It's not just me, but it's everybody else. I feel like it's a big hug. Our community is just like one big hug. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for being a part of our Tribe Talk. And I loved having this conversation with you.
Me too. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, you too.
All right. Take care.